Hey, hey. All right, so Aquarius, let's go ahead and jump on in. Aquarius, this storyline is kind of inspired by the fact that we just came through the full moon, and now wanted to go with a sunrise backdrop, specifically just because it's nice to think about, you know, the fresh new day, the new sparkling light that comes in. So let's keep that in mind and see what is fresh, what is new. We've got an Eight of Cups. It is in the reverse. We've got Temperance. It is upright. And we've got the Two of Swords. Okay, so Aquarius, to have Eight of Cups in the reverse, we've got somebody coming back in. And it's interesting because the goal is peace, but we can see that these two clash. So Aquarius either might say, what do you mean you're coming back in? I didn't welcome you back in. Or it could just be that they would like to return, and Aquarius is like, well, then we'd have a lot to figure out. The Two of Swords can be the thing that characters don't see right in front of them. Okay, we got the Hermit, Virgo energy. This feels like either Aquarius says, no, just because you want to come back to me. I don't want somebody back in my life who still thinks that they can kind of just do their own thing. If you're not ready to be part of the temperance, part of the, contributing to a balanced relationship, you can't be here if you're just going to leave again, or you can't be here, be checked out, is maybe what I want to say. Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Yeah. Also, I feel like this is a very specific message, but I think Aquarius might also be like, this person is obviously trying to come back into Aquarius's life because they want to be in Aquarius's world. But Aquarius is almost, at least in this story, like embarrassingly, they're saying, I don't want my friends to be like, oh, you guys are back together, so everything's different, or hey, where are they? How come they're not here for a special event? I feel like Aquarius kept getting stood up, or they were with a very avoidant partner. And that's where Aquarius is like, you can't say you want to be in a partnership, but then still act like the hermit. It's embarrassing. You don't show up for me. You're not there to support stuff. And my friends and my family see that. It's not even just about me, but we don't walk in as a unit. We don't come in and show up together. And that bothers me and that hurts me. That's how this looks to me. Like Aquarius was dealing with somebody who was very avoidant, very, the thing is they want so much to still be with Aquarius. So let's take a closer look at them. If they were avoidant, I thought that deck felt wrong. I left half of it behind. Tell me about this character. What's their deal? Okay, so Four of Swords is in the reverse. High Priest is upright. Well, they may be different this time around. Aquarius might not believe it, but if they had been fairly silent because they were still like, avoiding talking too much, or avoiding, or still needed a lot of time alone when Aquarius dealt with them before, it might have been because they were still healing. This is like breaking the silence. This is them wanting to, it's like Aquarius is the key that has opened up their heart, opened up their lips, it feels like at this point, this character has, like, they'd like to show up in a very different way. Okay, but who were you before? Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. So before they were like, oh, I was dealing with this gorgeous, hot, sexy, amazing Aquarius, and I was still very much like a cat. I came and went as I chose. I was always attracted. This person has always been, they think Aquarius is the sexiest person. There's something about this Aquarius, the way they dress, the way they even sit in a chair. This person thinks Aquarius is very hot. Aquarius, by the way, could have like really lovely skin, like really perfect. Both of these, she's got just like flawless skin. So I'm thinking Aquarius comes across as just, to them, this gorgeous, flawless, sexy creature. And a Queen of Wands, anytime somebody sees another individual as a Queen of Wands, this is our best dressed, sexiest, most, and it's like the little things that they do just come across as alluring. And we all have things that we find alluring in other people. So whatever their preferred, if they've got a real kink about little tiny pillbox hats, Aquarius happens to wear them, and they're like, oh, love love a hat, whatever it is. My point is they think Aquarius is just, they've always been super attracted to Aquarius. And in the past, they were delighted and thrilled by Aquarius, but it didn't mean that they were stepping up to the plate as, an equal, as a king or a queen. They weren't even coming in as a knight. They were still a page. Pages are, the children of the deck. And this one has a cat next to him. And this is somebody who's just stepping forward with, just a little tiny spark of interest. You notice he's pointing right at her like, wow, she's really attractive. Hi. But he was still going to go off and play and do other things. I feel like they had a short attention span, even, is how they came across, even though I think Aquarius was extremely eye-catching to them. 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think they spent more time staring at Aquarius, maybe staring at Aquarius's pictures, seeing Aquarius live their best life, but not them necessarily putting in effort, because Aquarius still shows up like they were always single. I feel like Aquarius went to events alone. They went to, Thanksgiving alone. They went on a holiday, a family reunion alone, even if they were dating this person. And it was like, okay, I tolerated this for a really long time, but why are you never going to be beside me at an event? Why am I always going to fun things by myself if I have a partner? And they were always just content to watch Aquarius go alone. I don't think that was sitting well with Aquarius. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? The Emperor. I know I should read that as, well, they were in Emperor mode. They felt like that was wonderful, but I feel more like, yeah, with that Page of Swords here, I'll definitely double down on what I'm about to say. I feel like either this person was still healing from some things. They were in this observation mode. They didn't want to participate. They didn't want to deal with other people, especially Aquarius's friends and family members and colleagues and stuff. So knowing that they were going to want to sit on the sidelines, knowing that they didn't really want to engage, but almost like they wanted to watch and see how other people engage. I almost feel like, keep in mind, they were a hermit, right? So this is somebody who's more in observation mode than, activity mode. And I feel like they wanted to sit and watch. Better to do that from a very, very, very far distance. If they did attend anything, I feel like they were a lump that didn't talk to anybody. This really feels like somebody who is so not showing up as a partner. Watching your beautiful Aquarius interact with other people. What are you doing watching Aquarius, at these socializing, family events? What are you doing staring and watching but not participating? It just feels like they weren't really very present. So with that in mind, definitely not the greatest energy, right? But now here they are coming back in. Here they are wanting to participate now. Here they are hoping to be a part of Aquarius's life. And Aquarius is like, I don't think so. You weren't a whole lot of fun. You left me alone. See, I think Aquarius is turning their back and saying, I'm not interested. You broke my heart already. I don't really want to hear from you. You weren't there for me. Ace of Swords. Really feel like Aquarius is saying, I don't need this anymore. I don't want this anymore. 2 of Swords sideways. It really feels like Aquarius might want a chance to tell this person, though, exactly why I cut you off. It's because it wasn't fair. It wasn't nice. Aquarius is like, I'm not here to fight with you at all. I'm just going to tell you the truth of what I don't like, of what doesn't click for me, of what relationship I don't want to have. 2 of Wands sideways. All the indecisiveness, all of the, you weren't really there for me. The times you should have been beside me and weren't, that's why I don't want this back. It really feels like Aquarius has some pent up stuff that they need to get off their chest to this person, to tell them, these are the things that you did before. This is the way you made me feel before. It wasn't right. But these 2 cards are sideways, the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. Does that mean that there's any hope? It all depends on what comes out of their mouth next with the wild card. I do think, look, in a perfect world, they would fix every hurt they had dealt to Aquarius. In a perfect world, they would course correct this. They would undo, uh, oh gosh, that song, Tony Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, Say You Love Me Again, undo this hurt you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life, uncry these tears. I cried so many nights. Love, love, love Tony. That song's great. But this feels like if they have something to say, that, and to prove that it would be different this time, to prove that they're coming in, that they're not going to be aloof, they're not going to be on a hermit's mode, they're not going to be sitting there and just in observer mode instead of participation mode. I guess I should have held this up for observer mode even more so than that Emperor card. Are they going to understand that? Are they going to be able to, and really, are they coming back to actually offer something like that now? We have an 8 of Wands. We have a 2 of Wands. They do have a lot to say. They have a lot to say, and a lot to, maybe explain, and then also hope that there's, some kind of, if there's a choice to go one way or the other, I hope that you'll choose to let me love you. That's the way this looks. I would like to reach out to you. I hope you'll choose to let me love you this time. If you'll let me back in. I mean, this is them offering their cup and maybe leaving it at the door. 3 of Wands, give me some time. 4 of Swords, and I will unbreak your heart. Give me some time. Let me prove to you. God, this person does really seem to be ready to participate. I mean, it does look that way. How do they feel about Aquarius? Like, tell them point blank, this is what happened. You were avoidant before you left me. You weren't really there. 6 of Wands. On one hand, it's kind of like they respect Aquarius even more. 5 of Swords. Okay, so remember how I said they think Aquarius is hot. They always have, right? Aquarius is a looker. Aquarius is the person that they think is spicy, gorgeous, sexy, you name it, right? They are even like turned on when Aquarius is mad at them. Even Aquarius standing there, blocking the door, saying you're not coming in to my world. You don't get to do this. They kind of admire and think it's kind of spicy, kind of hot. That is so crazy that this person likes even I don't know. I feel like they really do care about Aquarius, or they're very attracted to Aquarius. Page of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Swords. They also know, and maybe this is the most important message of this whole story, they know saying sorry. Aquarius doesn't want it, doesn't need it. Don't bring me damn flowers. Show me the difference in you. Show me how you're going to be there for me. Show me how you're going to show up for me. Show me with actions that you're a partner this time. I don't need a card. I don't need flowers. Show me with action. This is like, don't talk, only act, and act fast. So they need to jump into like showing that they are going to be present for Aquarius now. Wow. 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Oh my God, did this just not take the most gorgeous turn of events? Whatever made them aloof, whatever they were still working through, they're no longer a sideline onlooker in a romance. They want to be like literally hovering around Aquarius. They want to be in Aquarius's life. They want to be the person who is closest to Aquarius in whatever setting. Outside walking, sitting in the house. If they weren't very touchy, very feely before, they are now. If they were someone that didn't do public displays of affection, they might very much do that now. Big, big, big turnaround for this character. And you know what? I actually really like it. I like the fact that they just want to show Aquarius that they are madly in love. They were madly attracted before. Now they seem to be madly in love. You know what? I hope that this works for these two. I'm always cheering for our characters to have happiness. So, all right, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.